Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you talk. Mm, mm, mm. Recap.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts and plus we up in these hats. It's Nick's Bill talking, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars we see all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The captain lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening. What is going on, man? Knicks Real Talk. It's the recap. Divine Shot Powers, man. Knicks, Indiana. Game 4 last night, 131-21 Indiana. So we're going to get in here and talk about all that, break everything down, get all the feelings and emotions and the pros and cons and everything out the way, man. So we just move on to the next game. We won't be in too long tonight, but we want to make sure we get in here and talk about the good, the bad, and some of the ugly last night. We get in here and talk about it. But Sharp House was good, my man. How you doing? What's popping, my man?
Chilling, Divine, everything good, man. You know what I mean? Was a terrible loss, but it is what it is and stuff. It ain't over. What you say, Divine? It ain't over. It ain't over. So let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. I'm salute to the chat, man. Daniel, what's good, my man? Daniel, appreciate you coming in. Crim's dad, yeah, man. We did, my man. We ain't come the way we needed to, Crims. And we ain't get it, man, for sure. For sure. But salute to you as well. Just Knicks was good, my man. Salute. But yeah, Shop Powers. No defense last night, ladies and gentlemen. Turnovers. Just reared his ugly head last night, ladies and gentlemen. Plain and simple. Turnovers and not enough D on the ball. Scored 121 points, but you gave up a 130. Man, that's tough. And like I said, compared to the other night when we only gave up 100 points, big difference. So we fought, we battled, we stayed close. But we couldn't get over the hump, man. Like I said, like Shop Powell, we said the turnovers is something else that we got to be talked about and everything because that was pretty tough when they score well off the turnovers like we normally do in the season, and in the playoff for that matter. But we didn't do it last night, and they did it, and it happened. So Queen Darlene was good. Just Knicks, my man, was popping. Shop Powell, yeah, man, that was a tough loss right there. Wanted to get that one to tie it up 2-2 to be able to come back to the Garden with home court advantage. But now we look like we on a brink. We on a brink. Let me just put it like that. We on a brink. Get ready to go to Cancun with everybody else. So either we go in there tomorrow and fight hard, win that game, and delay that vacation to whether it's going to be 2 more games or the end of the season when we in the finals, whatever the case may be. But we got to find a way to preserve our season, man, and don't go home and still work for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's been an exciting season. You know what I mean? Me and Devon was talking about this in the background about how the team came from their first game ever playing on the basketball court to 82 games of playing a full season together. And not everybody was there. You know what I mean? But they strung it along. They got the wins. They took some hard losses. They took some devastating back-to-backs, but never a real detriment to how many losses back-to-back. I don't think we had a 5-game losing streak all season. I think the most was 3. So we have 51 wins, better than last year. We in the Eastern Conference Final, and we still have a chance. It's a long shot. It's 3 games, but 2 of them is at in MSG. We just got to win at home. We got to get over there and win in Indiana one more time. It can happen. It's possible. And I mean, don't give up hope. Let's see. It's all about what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow game is what makes everything pop off. So let's be energetic. Let's say, hey, the Knicks got out here tonight. We'll see what happens when we go back to Indiana. We beat them in Indiana before. And if we come to formulate a plan to lay it down on them, if we could bring it from tomorrow's game to Saturday's game. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like Saturday's game. Let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. For me, it's the same feeling you got here, man. Same feeling. I feel the same way. We know we still in it. No matter what, we just got to come to play. And if it is, like I said, it's definitely win or go home tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. That's a true meaning of win or go home. Knicks are in a win or go home situation tomorrow. What we gonna do? That's all. We got to go in there and let them know why we thought this team was good as they are now. The reason why they in the Eastern Conference Finals that they're good, but they got to show and prove that tomorrow. If y'all guys got this far, y'all now that they have gotten this far, they need to show and prove why they have gotten this far. Because we consider us one of the top 4 teams in the league this year in the East. I meant to say. So let's go out there and play like it tomorrow. Let's see how it do, man. I thought they played a stellar game the day before. 106-100 defense was on fire, but last night I think they tried to compete with them offensively, but the turnovers was still a little bit too much for us. Like I said, we scored 121 that had 17, 18 turnovers. So, and you didn't do well. I mean, I still think that's impressive to me, though, to get 121 points and still have a bad game on the other side of the ball defensively. But we need an A game from both sides tomorrow night, Shot Powers. We just need an A game from both sides. These cats lock in and make sure that you let the fans know that we ain't ready to come home yet. You know what I mean? So let's see. I'm ready for it though.
Yeah, it is just something that we had to sit back and take our breaths. You know what I mean? We me and Devon was talking in the background again. Corny stat. This is a corny stat, and some people probably know this stat, especially if you're OG. You probably remember this game. 1981, last time someone came back from a 3-1 deficit. You know what I mean? That was Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that was Boston and 76ers. I mean, so could it happen? Happened like 40-something years ago. I mean, who can say that it can't happen again? I'm not saying it's going to happen again. I'm hopeful that it can. I want the Knicks to get out there and win 3 games in a row, 3-game winning streak. Come on, man. That's a cliche to the end of the year. We get a 3-game winning streak and we go into the finals. Come on, man. That's no better way to do it. That's how the New York Knicks do it all to us. Let's see if it can happen. That's how the Knicks do it to us all year, right? We get up for the big games and all that stuff, and we feel like it's a letdown, and the next game they win 3 games in a row. Come on, man. This is the New York Knicks, baby. You know what I mean? First year. This is the first year these guys played together, too. First year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's how we got to feel about this thing, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what, we gonna ride or die. We going hard until this thing is over. We going hard till this thing is over, ladies and gentlemen. So me being who I am, I'm going all the way. Knicks got to win this tomorrow, man. And I'm always gonna feel that way. Every game I come on this podcast, I gotta believe the Knicks got to win this game. That's just the nature of wanting your team to be always feel good about themselves. So me always rooting for our team to do good about it. That's just the way it is. We haven't been this far in years. In 25 years we haven't been this far. I know that sounds like a cliche, but still it is reality. And we finally took another step.
That's big, man. That's big.
We took another step in the process. Big step. We went from the Fizdales and the Hornets and all these people, man. And we finally, in 5 years, we can say we've been feeling good about our team, and we felt more greater this year when they beat Boston. Unfortunately, we haven't brought our A game against the Indiana Pacers in the playoffs yet, man. And I do think we still have that in us. I think our A game is still there. I do believe that. You know what I mean? So whether we achieve it or not, I'm going all in. You know what I mean? I'm going all in. It's got to take it 1 game at a time, like we all say. Go in there tomorrow and get that win. And get the win and go to Indiana and see if you can get it. If not, you lose in Indiana. You rather lose on the road than lose at home. So anyway, what difference does it make? Go in that joint, get that game tomorrow, and then go to Indiana, see if you can pull it off. And with the talent that you have, you should be able to pull it off. It's not like we're not a talented team. We've beaten ourselves in a lot of ways. To give Indiana credit, they've beaten us as well. So not only the other team beating you, but you're beating yourselves. So that's a double ass whipping. You know what I mean? So you don't need to be like that. We got to find a way to don't beat ourselves, because we already know the other team beating us or trying to beat us. So you can't have yourself and the other team beating you up, because it ain't gonna do no good for you. That's a straight plus negative right there, or a negative situation. So we got to be better, shot powers. We got to make sure we protect the ball. Get back to our principles, man. Get gritty. Play some defense and all that. Like I said, we only lost by 9. We was in the game. We was in it the whole entire game. We was in that thing the whole entire game. The disappointing thing is them damn turnovers. Right when Knicks about to go make a momentum swing.
Right, momentums.
The momentum about to come, they get a turnover. They knock down a shot, they get a steal, and somehow they turn it over. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then Indiana did the same thing to us, but they was capitalizing off our turnover. They were getting buckets, y'all powers, and off, so that to me, 121 and 130, and you had them many turnovers, and let's say even 8 of them turnovers converted to points, that's at least 16 or more. And you lost by 9. So even 4 or 5 of them turnovers or whatever, you know what I mean? There's hypothetically like that got a chance to be 9-10 points because what you hit a 2-pointer and you do that 4 times. Points.
5 of them is 10, 3 and the other is 15. So you know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about it, man. The turnovers was critical. And the Knicks usually stay around 12, 13, something like that. So, and I'm not pointing no fingers, but if Hall would have just had 1 turnover instead of 5, I think he had 5 last night, and not pointing no fingers at him. But he was off a little bit last night, in my opinion. Watching the Knicks, he was a little off. I think he was, in my opinion, of watching hard. He wasn't that right. He wasn't as sharp as he usually is. But those turnovers, those 4 turnovers. You know what I mean? If he could have kept those, that could have been more points for us. You know what I mean? That could have been 8 more. All those points that we given up off of the turnovers could have been the plus for us. You know what I mean? So we say off of those 4 turnovers, we'd have gave up the 2, 4, 6, 8, or the 8 3 times 4 is a 12 or 12. You know what I mean? 3, 8, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 12 or 12. You know what I mean? That could have been points for us. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was one of the bigger things to me. Other than that, from a player perspective, I thought everybody did what they tried to do. They made an attempt to do it, everything they wanted to do. I just thought that our defense didn't come with the game they had the other night. I'm gonna open up the panel in a minute, and I'll go through the stats and I'll open up. I got some people in the background too. But yeah, man, I definitely thought we could have been better at what we did. The only thing that really frustrated me from the coach's side was I understood what he did, ladies and gentlemen. Though I know we wanted him to do it that way, I did understand it. In that third quarter, we should have seen Shamet.
Yes,
and Wright. We should have seen them because we need a defense to slow them down. But I understand this is the reason why I understand why Tibbs didn't do it. We needed like our defense wasn't playing good that night, so I needed my offense to keep up with their offense.
Right, with their offense.
Yeah, it looked like it's like he traded offense for defense because he said, you know what, our defense gave up 40 to 45 points in the first quarter. So I think he's seen at the beginning of the game and so on, like our defense ain't there. We're gonna have to beat these boys with buckets, and that's why I could see why he didn't put them dudes back in there from that perspective because they need every point they can get because Indiana's dropped 130. So Tibbs like this gonna be one of those games where if we could keep it close, the burner could bring it home, and I just think it'll turn over to 8 or something, man. You know, it was crazy, man. But that's the only analogy I could come up with to think that I went that way. But from looking at it from overall, man, this was a tough loss, man. Tough loss for the fan base. We got to find a way to get better, man. But listen, we'll deal with the stats later. I'm gonna bring KNICKS in the building. I'm gonna bring KNICKS. What's good, my man? Good to see you. Salute.
What's good, my brothers? How's everybody doing?
We good. Good to see you, man. You doing all right?
Not really. Not after that.
Yeah, no. I mean, other than that, though.
Other than that, yeah.
I didn't word that one right, my man. For real. Yeah, that was a tough.
I thought this was a Knicks podcast. I think that we could all tell the momentum how everything's going.
Yeah, I had to take them back. I've been like saying a bad word to your wife right there in the sense, like, what you say? Yeah,
she's about to pop up out of nowhere and say, like, did somebody say?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, that was tough, man, as well, man. But other than that, man, everything good with you?
Oh yeah. Thanks God, everything is good. Just taking a day at a time. You already know. You can't ask more than that.
Yep. And I'm gonna let me bring my man Keith. Keith, what's good, my man? Keith is in the building. What's going on, Keith?
Hello. Hi.
What's
Hey,
going on? Keith, how you doing today? You doing all right?
I'm
Other
hanging.
than the Knicks.
It was a tough one last night, for sure.
Yep. Okay, yeah, man. But yeah, it was, man. It was a tough loss, ladies and gentlemen. And nice and Keith. It was just like, we was in the game every quarter, but them turnovers just to me just was reared his ugly head last night. And and they wanted it, man. We wanted it too, because like I said, we only lost by 9. We kept offense wasn't no problem, 121 points, but it could have been more offense than that if it wasn't for the turnovers, man. Y'all give me some of your thoughts on what you seen last night. I'm nice. Then I go to Keith after you, and let me know what you think about that game last night, bro.
disgusted. It's like, what's a better word than disgusted? Because I know that this team could beat up Pacers at any moment. But another thing is that could we actually maintain a fighting spirit, and the way that Rick their coach is actually using their player is close to impossible, because of course you're going to start seeing players start showing levels of fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that bothers me is that right now the main player that is actually killing us in the other end is not Halliburton. Of course, Halliburton had a historical game yesterday, but it's not Halliburton. It's literally Ashua, Pascal Siakam.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody to hold Pascal Siakam, and at the same time, we still don't even know if we have somebody in our bench. All right, we already tried Ashua. Now, like, it's okay, but they still cannot hold him. We tried Mish, still cannot hold him. We tried Cat, OG, still cannot hold him. Hey, could we try to get us some Huckaporty at least for 2 minutes and see how it goes? And from there on, because I feel like Huckaporty is faster on those legs than Mish Rob or not OG, of course, but it's likely there. And because of his height, it might help out. Give us 2 minutes, Tibbs. Nothing is working out. What else you have to lose? Nothing is working out. It doesn't matter. Game 1, we lost. Game 2, we lost. Game 4, we lost. We only have one more game to lose, and that's it. We out. What else do we have to lose?
Yeah. Hey, but you throw all the tools and shit out there, man.
That's it.
Go to and we got to make sure they're the right tools, though. Right tools, though. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
look at Matherin.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected that from Matherin yesterday. And everybody is saying the same thing, that, well, Matherin wasn't given that in game 1 or game 2. But that's the thing with being a professional athlete. There are a lot of.
He's also played good against us. Matherin has played well against us. Last year we didn't play him much when he was hurt in the playoffs. But overall, the couple of years that he's been in the league, he plays pretty okay against us. I mean, I'm not trying to give him props or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But he had a better game yesterday.
But I'm talking about the series. Since the series started,
he hasn't.
There has been no better game than this one. But what I'm saying is that you have a lot of players that adjust. Tips, we don't know if whatever you have in the background that you still haven't tried out, if they have something, a little spark, because that's the same thing with the loose cannon that we have, the one that came from 76ers.
Payne.
Imagine if we didn't play Payne in the first game in Piston. We definitely might have lost that one. We never expected that from Payne, and that's the thing. We do not know if there's a player that bring in that spark. Once you have that spark, it's game over. But another thing is that I don't know if Indiana has Brunson number, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't, like, something doesn't feel good with Brunson in the floor every single time. And that's no knock on Brunson. Brunson is a incredible athlete, but there's mashup on certain games that it doesn't work out. And that's not saying that you going away from him, but that's just saying that we're gonna start playing the people that brings a better mashup. Because look at Wright. Wright is playing pretty good. We had we came from a 15-point deficit to a 2-point lead. They bring in Brunson. Now we back in 10 points again. Like, start playing the players that actually works.
Nice, you ain't lying about that, Nice.
I do agree. Let me keep bringing it. I do agree with you in some instances. Nick's not even here without Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? Right. We're not even in this conversation without Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Now, I cannot say that enough. The New York Knicks would be 5 and 76 without Jalen Brunson. What I'm saying is this here. I get all that stuff. I do get it, but at the same time, you know what? Who was guarding Halliburton last night? It wasn't Tom Thibodeau. Who was guarding Siakam? Who was guard? Yo, y'all, when a player in front of you going against you, you got to go down and get down with them. But you can't. Excuse me for a minute. Mikal Bridges cannot let Halliburton get a triple-double on him, and then he go miss 4 or 5 crucial shots in crunch time. You can't do that shit. No. You listen. You cannot let a man bust your butt on a basketball court in front of you when you going against him like that, and he giving you buckets. Nah. Listen, I get it. Like, to me, third quarter, Wright should have played. They all should have played, but them dudes busting y'all. You know what? Halliburton scoring on you. What you gonna do? You let Halliburton get this off on you. You supposed to get in your defense there and lock him down. You supposed to lock that man down right there. We talk about New York City, gritty basketball, going hard. Well, you know what? Mikal Bridges in that instant last night let Halliburton give it to him. And he didn't respond on the other side. He did not respond on the other side. That's basketball 101. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to let the know. And listen, he giving you the business, dog. You know what I mean? Keith, sometimes the player is a mano. You go, if Cat going against Miles Turner, Cat give it to Miles Turner. Brunson give it to 5 different point guards. They sending 5 dudes at him all night long. And he's still 30. But also, you know, Keith, I say all that to say, like, Tibbs make mistakes too in that game. But at the same time, though, these players going at each other, man. Listen, right now, if me and one of y'all playing basketball, either you score on me, I'm scoring on you, I'm locking you down. You ain't getting that off on me. And that's what the mentality that I thought we didn't have last night compared to the night before. Before, we had that mentality like, you're not scoring on me. You're not scoring on me. That's why they scored 100 points. New York Knicks defense was on point the other night. They was locking them dudes down, bully ball down the lane, straight crushing these dudes. What did they do last night? They settled. And then on top of that, they had 17 to 18 turnovers. You know, like I said, 4 of them turnovers is 10 points, 12 points. And you had 17 of them. So and the Pacers was up in your grill, they was in you, and you didn't respond. Like the other night, Keith, you know what I mean? You got to respond. I think they didn't respond. And you got to get Indiana Pacers credit. They defense was up on them, getting physical on Jalen Brunson. You see the Halliburton sitting there. You said everybody, Mathurin, Halliburton, McConnell, Aaron Naismith, Nimrod. You seen all these dudes that Jalen Brunson all night, and he still managed a way to get this game relevant. He kept it relevant, ladies and gentlemen. He kept it relevant. The Knicks just didn't respond with them turnovers. Shot power, not defense, Keith. And I thought that was the game for me. I really do. I know Tibbs had a couple of mistakes, would not put the guys in the third quarter, but I understood why he did it. But at the same time, we in the Eastern Conference Finals, man, and we gave a game away in the first game with a couple of minutes to go in the first game. We gave it away. You know, this thing should be totally there. I know if for the split, but still, I think the Knicks respond tomorrow. This thing ain't over to me, but I do think that we shot ourselves in the foot last night because we didn't bring our A game on the defense like we did the other night. You gave up 30 more points than you did the night before. What do that tell you?
A whole lot.
What do that tell you? You gave up 30 points more than you did the other night. So what didn't go right that night? What made the other night different than this night right here? Same players, same team, same coaches. What happened last night that did not happen the night before?
Pacers, they went back to their way of playing. The ball didn't stick in game 4. So game 3, if you notice in game 3, there was a lot of matchup going on. Pacers, their best against our best and our best against their best, and we cooked them. But in game 4, if you notice, and let's say if you have a DVR, replay it, they went back to Pacer way of playing. It's not about Halliburton. It's not about Pascal Siakam. It's about who has the better look. and whoever was wide open, pass. That wasn't happening with Wright. Every single time Wright was playing, whoever had a better look, he was passing. Now, Brunson, he came in, and there was a lot of hero ball. Maybe it was me that I was the only one that seen it, but there was a lot of hero ball going on that whenever he came from the 3-point, he tried to force it going to the perimeter, and he got cooked there because everybody just came on top of him, trying to block a shot, trying to force a turnover. He seen an open a man, whoever was defending that open, let's say another open man, he rushed to that ball. It was like they was reading that ball wherever it was going. And that's the thing. If you look at Brunson, that ball sticks. There's not a lot of ball movement. It's all about Brunson or Cat. But whenever it was with Wright, a lot of ball movement, and that was the only time that we was cooking them. If you notice in game three, Brunson came back in 1 minute and 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Why he didn't play before that? Of course, beside the fouls that he had, but we was in a groove. We felt like we was the one in momentum.
I understand that, but if you keep writing, I got to pass it to Keith. But let's say if you kept writing there longer, the offense, they was doing okay, but I think to me is this guy is getting. What I think people were slightly dead Brunson this here. Let's say if Mikal, Josh Hart hit shots last night, Jalen Brunson would have had 15 assists. You see what I'm saying? These guys missing shots, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Brunson gave Mikal Bridges the ball 4 or 5 times, Shot Powers. He missed them. They missed them. That's 4 assists for Jalen Brunson. That's 4 assists, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Hart missed a shot. Jalen Brunson giving the ball. He missed it. Anunoby missed a shot. Jalen Brunson could have had 17 to 18 assists. This is a miss and make lead, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't knock down a shot, you lose. Jalen Brunson was giving them boys the ball. They was missing. They missing them. This is a miss and make lead. I get all that, but listen, you also got to hold, like to me last night, Mikal Bridges, he didn't bring his A game on that side, and he got cooked on the other side. He got cooked on both sides of the ball. That's important because now that puts the pressure on everybody else to perform because you're not performing. See, people don't understand. What do you want Jalen Brunson Cat to do if everybody else ain't getting buckets? Get your ass out the way. Let me get some buckets because y'all not getting them. They wasn't getting them. Anunoby had it going. Cat, Anunoby, and Brunson had it going. Mikal and my man came up short, and they came up short in wrong times of the game. Mikal Bridges came up short in crunch time. And here's another thing about Jalen Brunson. If you want to say anything negative about Jalen Brunson, say this here. Why the hell you give Mikal the ball with a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes left? We need you to be the man to get the ball because he is the closer. We depend on Jalen Brunson to close basketball. He's Mr. Clutch. We depend on that man to close basketball game for the New York Knicks. So if Mikal not hitting them shots, why are you giving that ball to Mikal? Jalen Brunson, go get your money. That's the only I'm disappointed about on last night. I get the floor of the game, but Keith, I don't know what to say, man. I just think that our defense didn't come to play last night. Indiana, like Nice said they played different, and we didn't respond to the way they played different compared to the other game, like Nice said. So to me, them players, you gotta hold yourselves accountable, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be accountable for what you do on the basketball court because, like I said, y'all guarding these dudes. Y'all guarding them. So when they made the adjustment, you should have made yours too. And you should be more gritty, more determined. Say, listen, I need this game. I don't want to go home 3-1. I want to go home. I want to go back to MSG 2-2. That's them dudes going on the field fighting. You know, you go to war. Either they kill your men or you kill their men. Our men getting killed last night. That's all it boiled down to me because they didn't put them shields, them army shields up to protect them bullets that's what's coming at them. And they came out 130 of them. And every time we played them in the playoff this year, they scored 130. We lost. Pacers scored 110 over. They undefeated. Pacers under 110. They 0-3. What did we do the other night? We left them under 110 and they lost. But this time they scored 130 when they undefeated. Knicks got to be better. Jalen Brunson got to be better. Cat got to be better. Tibbs got to be better. The whole fucking team got to be better tomorrow if you want to take this shit back to Indiana. That's all it boiled down to. You know what I mean?
What's going on, though, Keith?
All right, yeah. This is my point of view. I watched the series. I've been watching the Knicks the whole season. They're consistently inconsistent.
Facts.
Defensively speaking.
Facts.
Defensively speaking.
Facts.
Offensively, we're good. We scored 121 points last night. We should win this game.
Facts.
We should win this game. So it's defense, all right? And that's deeper than all the other things we're talking about, because I've been saying this every time I come into your stream. We have our two best players, and I love them. I love Cat. I love Jalen Brunson even more. But their defense is not good enough.
Liability.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. If you, once you get to the point where you're facing elite teams, it's not good enough. So they're inconsistent. That's why they're inconsistent. So they're blaming the coach. Listen, the coach made some boneheaded decisions too. But you can't blame the coach when the players got to perform. They got to perform. They're not performing. They're not performing. Defensively, we got holes. That's why they're beating us. Okay? I don't want to go into about trades or anything like that. I just want to say the Knicks are a really good team. They have a shot still. It's not over yet. Okay? It's not over. But we see what we see watching. The defense is just not good enough right now.
Good enough, man.
How do they make that better? How do they make that better? And you have your two best players. You want them on the court at the same time, obviously. You don't want them off the court. You want them on the court. So it's going to be hard. I don't know, man. I have faith in this team. I like our players. I like our team. And I'm very grateful that we had a good season this year. It's a good season. But, you know, there's holes. And hopefully, you know, we're watching what we're watching. The guys in charge, the people in charge here, got to make the right decisions now. So I don't want to get into that right now because we're still playing.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we're still playing. But I think what I'm saying here is the defense is just inconsistent. It's inconsistent. And I did look at the stats in the playoffs as far as defense goes. We're ranked number 2 in defense.
Yep.
We're ranked number 2. Indy was ranked number 8. You know who's number 1, so I don't even need to tell you that. Who's number 1 in defense. So, but why we have problems with this team? They're not predictable. That's why. That's another issue. They're not predictable. They got a point guard that goes, he's all over the place. He's all over the place. He's moving all over. Jalen Brunson can't keep up with that. He can't keep up with that. And we don't have that many guys. I mean, listen, I would like to play right, and I've been calling for Devon Wright to play from the get-go. I wanted him to play because I know his defense. I know his defense.
That's the only mistake I seen Tibbs made last night in the third quarter. I get why he did it, but I still thought it was a mistake. He should have played them two dudes. Tibbs should have played them two dudes because their defense was keeping them dudes in the game. You know what I mean? It kept them in the game. You could have let my man, some of them guards that we had, Mikal regroup himself, let Jalen Brunson regroup himself. Like I said, everybody makes a mistake in the loss. Everybody, not in the win, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. It's the whole team, man. It's the whole team.
Yeah, so Tibbs and that coaching staff should have said, you know what? It's about 6-8 minutes left. Let me keep the line as sham, because they were D'ing the shit up these dudes last night. They were D'ing these dudes last night. Yeah. Just like the game before that. And he went away from it. And I thought he probably did because he thought that defense gave up 45 points in the first quarter. This is not going to be a defensive game tonight. Because my guys gave up 45 points in the first quarter, 43, excuse me. So, but they played better defense in the second quarter when Delon Wright and Shamet and Mitchell Robinson, they held them cats for 26 points. I thought that was like, okay, so he should have went back to that in the third quarter. That's what, you know what I mean? You only gave up 26 points in the second quarter, but you gave up 33 in the third quarter, which I was like, damn, why you ain't got these dudes in there? These motherfuckers was locking these dudes up, you know what I mean? And that was his big mistake last night to me. And but I do think that you got to give Indiana their credit, give them their flowers. Them cats get physical, man. Keith, they be up on you. So whoever get the ball, they be on you. Like they bump Jalen. Like they throwing 5 players at this dude, and he taking massive hits. You know what I mean? And that's the most disappointing about it. He taking massive hits. He's not getting massive calls. They are knocking Jalen Brunson around in that
Yeah, I mean, they're basically fouling him all the time.
every time. Because
Every time.
and you know, and the whistle's not he's not getting the whistle in the series because they let
Every
him
time.
get the physical series.
They're getting very physical with him.
Yep.
And listen, we're a little bit more predictable, okay, offensively.
Mhm.
All right. So it's a little bit more easy to key up, especially when you have, you know, good athletic players like Indiana. And listen, they were ranked 8th. I'm surprised that they're playing this kind of defense, really, because when you look at the stats, it doesn't show that.
Right.
Okay, but they're showing metal, man. They're showing metal. I give respect to them. But I just hope my team gets it together. Our team gets it together, and we win this next game. Okay, we win this next game. The pressure will be on Indiana.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the pressure will be on them to close us out. And we got a damn good team. We have a damn good team.
Yes, we do.
And I believe this team could do it. I believe they can. But I do see the inconsistencies defensively. It's concerning. You know, like, I don't know if we can win a championship like that. That's what I'm looking at, okay? That's my focus because I've been a Knicks fan for 47 years, whatever. 48 years. I need to see a championship. Okay? I need to see a championship. Yeah, I'm happy that we got a good team. I'm very happy. I'm grateful. But I need to see this team win a championship before I check out of here.
Shaw Powell, what do you think? Go to KNICKS.
That's what I want.
Let me ask Shaw Powell, now let KNICKS get in after you. What do we need to do? I'm gonna give this Shaw Powell tonight. You can answer the same question. What do y'all guys think we need to do, not only to win this game, to get these guys in Indiana? What do you think the Knicks are doing that they're not doing? The reason why we lost that game. What do we need to do moving forward to try to get this team to get back to get to 3-2?
It's a combination of a couple of things for me. Hitting shots is important. I mean, going up against a team like this that is kind of high octane, that likes to run. We know this team has been together 3-4 years now. This team is not no new team in the East and not like this. This ain't like Indiana is a run of a muck or something like this. This team has been Halliburton and Miles Bridges. And these guys have been together. Reef Nimhard, all these guys have been together 3-4 years now. These ain't no new jacks to this. You know what I mean? So the thing with us, we have to stop them. It's not even about. We got to stop them from. I can't even say stop them from scoring because it's not even. We can't turn the ball. All the things that make them great is the turnovers, the offensive rebounding, those things like that. We got to eliminate those things in order to win. First game not even that game. We shut them down going to the hole. You know what I mean? They've been going to the hole. They shoot a lot of shots. You know what I mean? But with a lot of players. It's not like one player that's taking 8 shots. Like when we had DiVincenzo last year, he would shoot 11 shots a game. This one is shooting 3 shots. This one over here is shooting 2 or 3 shots. This one's shooting 5 shots. This one's going to shoot 4 shots. He's shooting 2 shots. That's how they get their percentages up and stuff like that. So we got to watch that and play a couple of more guys. Yes, like you said, Devon, bringing the guys in the third quarter to try to nullify that run that they went on could have helped. So we got to extend it. We have to, because this team, if we can get past this team, and it looks like OKC, I think they play tonight. If OKC can get past Minnesota tonight, this is the same style of team that OKC is. A team that runs 11-man rotations, that shoot. This guy shoots 3 shots. He shoots 4 shots. They got one primary guy, and Halliburton, like they got an SGA. You know what I mean? These are ancillary players that they go all around here. They can shoot this shot and can drive to here and play defense here a little bit. So if we could get past this team, it's a good test for us because we will see a more intensified team in OKC with the same type of style. So the things like that, turnovers, scoring the basketball is a plus. And rebounding. We also have to rebound the basketball. You know what I mean? We can't stay even. We have to beat them convincingly and rebounding.
We did that last night too. We out rebounded 44.
Right.
3. That was the only one bright spot of the defense last night was the rebound. And that was about the only thing.
Yeah, I think they got us offensive rebounding though. That's what we did better the last game. The last game we almost scored even, but we had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds that gave us more opportunities.
No, we out rebounded them in the offensive rebound 13-5. We killed them.
This game?
Yeah, Knicks didn't have a problem on the boards last night. Knicks was killing them on the boards last night. That's
so we should have
depressing about
that made it even worse than that. We got all these extra opportunities. So that may have been the game before then. We got all these extra opportunities and then capitalized over the opportunities.
Yeah,
it wasn't hitting shots.
That was the depressing thing about to me last night was that we out rebounded these two. We would bully balling down in the middle, but I thought we settled because nice. We shot 85 from the charity stripe. We shot 48 from the 2-point area. We shot 43 from downtown, and we only shot 46 from the floor overall. But on the flip side, look what our defense gave up. They shot 84 from the charity stripe. They went to the charity stripe 32 times. We went 39, so we did get more calls than them. They shot 57% from the 2-point area, 41 from downtown. That's what we lost at. Our perimeter defense been sucking all year on the 3-point area, and they've just been atrocious for us, man. And they shot 51 from the floor, and we had 17 assists. They had 29. That's the missed shots. Look, we 38 from 82. We only shot 46 from the floor, but we only had 17 assists because they was missing them damn shots. So that's why I'm hoping that all this tomorrow, they hit shots and limit the turnovers, but because the numbers wasn't too bad. But damn, they wasn't just them turnovers, man. 17 turnovers. I just don't know how you're going to win the game like that. And you giving up that many points, I guess.
If the only difference is look at game 4 and look at game 3.
Mm-hmm.
In game 3, pretty much everybody had a worse record beside OG.
Yep.
Listen to that, beside OG. So OG, he flourished with that type of everybody playing defense, everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. He flourished on his offense with plays like that. On game 4, everybody had a better number, but it meant nothing because we still lost.
That's right. Yeah, them meaningless points.
So the way I look at it was the difference. If you look at Dylan Wright, he had 13 minutes and 20 seconds playing in game 3, and in game 4 he played for 9 minutes. So this is what I'm talking about. Like Tibbs, he needs to adjust, and he needs to just leave alone whatever is working. Stop being stubborn and playing your well, he's Captain Clutch. Well, it's Cat. Stop going for the name, because tomorrow is the last game. And if you have that mentality and you don't give us something to fight for you, I guarantee you that once we get eliminated, if we get eliminated tomorrow, the only talk that everybody's gonna have is trade Coach Tibbs and trade Karl Anthony Towns. And it's like we're gonna go back to the basics. So we're gonna keep on trading people. So we trade Cat. Now we'll get what's his name? The dude from Milwaukee.
Giannis.
So now we get Giannis. Oh wow, whippity do. It doesn't work out. Now next year we trade Giannis. Like we need to stop this. It's not working because we're not putting the players that we are having a better outcome. I do not care if it's a towel boy. If Coach Tibbs, if he brings a towel boy and he's giving us productive number, not offense, but defense as well. If he's giving us better number on defense, leave the freaking towel boy. I don't have no problem with him. But that's the thing. He needs to stop worrying about what's the name, who's getting the bigger contract, because it's not no disrespect. We trying to go to the finals. Once we get to the final, I don't care if you want to play Brunson or you want to play Cat, because now we overachieve. But this is your year 5, and the best you could have done is take us to the Eastern Conference Final. With like the only difference between last year and this year is that everybody is healthy. There's no excuse.
That's the variable, though. It's not, but that is the variable. It is reason why he didn't get there. because the injuries is a part of the game. Players and skills is a part of the game. The more better. Listen, a lot of fans didn't think the Knicks. People didn't think Knicks were going to beat Detroit. A lot of fans didn't even think Knicks were going to beat Detroit. They didn't think they were going to beat Boston either.
Yeah.
They beat them though. They beat them. New York Knicks is in the Eastern Conference Finals since 1999. You know who got us there? Tom Thibodeau got us there. Nobody else. Listen, Tom Thibodeau. You know, I get people don't like the way he coached, but you know what though? This man got us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who the last person did that in the Knicks uniform to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals? Coach.
So,
what
yeah,
I'm saying is this here. You only win with talent, but this
Van Gundy, right?
Yeah, this is his first year having this team together. Leon Rose put them dudes on a bench on here. His team's got better benches than us in the NBA. They got a better team. They got a better bench than we do right now. McConnell better than anybody off our bench. They playing better anyway. So they bench play outplaying us. And even though I understand that Denon Wright thing, I wanted that guy to start since the playoffs. Mitchell Robinson should have started since the playoffs. I get all that, but being that it didn't happen, we in this situation, man, listen, no disrespect to Tip. If they fire Tip tomorrow, I won't even give a shit. Don't matter to me. You know, I'm gonna be a Nicholas Tips here now. Root for the Knicks. So, but my point is, if you look at the history of the New York Knicks, Tom Thibodeau was one of the best coaches we ever had, ever, and the numbers don't lie. I granted we spoiled with but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, even if you don't like his strategies, his peers awarded him 2-time coach of the year in the NBA over his career. They did that, not the fans. Some of the fans, they peers. Listen, Tom Thibodeau is a good coach, whether he might not do things in a good minute. How many coaches in the NBA this year, right now, and it's still one of the top 4 teams left in the NBA. It's 30 teams in the NBA. You mean to tell me 20 other 6 coaches is better than Tom Thibodeau? Your ass ain't there. Tom Thibodeau in the Eastern Conference Finals. Everybody else sitting home. It's 26 coaches sitting home in the NBA. Tom Thibodeau is one of the last 4 standing. Regardless, even if he can't coach, Tom Thibodeau is in the Eastern Conference Finals, ladies and gentlemen. He's there. You know, so and he took steps to get there. First year he got here, he took a bum ass team with Julius Randle, a bunch of misfits, got them to the playoffs. 2 years later, he brings gets them to the second round of the playoffs with an injured Julius Randle and the RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes, inconsistent, don't know how. Come on, now he finally got a team. He got a team. The first year he got it. What do we do? He takes them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
So the only thing that I have to say with that, Divine, is let's not worry about the whole entire 5 years of Coach Thibodeau time, and let's worry about just listen to this. Let's worry about what happened last year and what happened this year. If we look at who actually eliminated us, guess what? It wasn't Milwaukee Bucks. It wasn't Miami Heat. It was the Pacers, and we took Pacers to a Game 7 with a bunch of bench players because the grand majority of our starters, it was hurt. So if you comparing what happened last year and this year, now it looks like we failed big time.
I'm not comparing any season because last year, like you said, they were injured, and they were. But last year, the Pacers was injured too. They didn't have Mathurin. Listen, that's a good team over there. You know, that's a good team. And so if Tom Thibodeau can get that team to 50 wins, which he did this year, 2 years in a row, and if the Knicks wasn't injured, they would have went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. We wouldn't be having this tip conversation.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's my point. So while we keep harping on him like he didn't do nothing, it ain't tit for Julius Randle went down, Mitchell Robinson went down, Anunoby went down, Bob Donovan went down. That's not tit for. So if Tibbs right now, if Tibbs would have had the players last year, we would have been playing Boston, not Indiana. We would have been playing Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals last year if they didn't get injured, not Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So that means Tibbs would have got us to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. But because of injuries, we didn't get there last year. That's what we all admitting to. So this year, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. It ain't over yet. But a lot of people read Tom Thibodeau off in the Detroit series. That's my whole point. Every time y'all ride this dude off, He went and did what he had to do. Everybody was riding him off in the regular season. We need to fire this dude. Listen. Then he get to the first round of the playoff. We need to soon we lose one basketball game. We need to fire Tom Thibodeau. But what happened? He beats Detroit 4-2. Then we go to the Boston series. We need to fire Tom Thibodeau. They ain't running this. Then he gets us a beat. He beat Boston. What else do you want from the man? Now he got us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Another step in that process. First year, he got us to the first year. He got us to the second round. Now he got us to the third round. And one day, Tom Thibodeau, but not next year, this year, he will get us to the fourth round. This takes steps to do this shit, man. And Indiana taking steps just like we taking steps. But Tom Thibodeau got a team he just assembled with a mediocre bench, ladies and gentlemen. This man had
mediocre. That's being nice about it already.
He had to play with a mediocre bench the whole year.
And we took it to game 7.
And won 51 games. Won 51 games. And he had
this year, mediocre bench. Yeah.
And listen, and didn't have Mitchell Robinson for 3/4 of the whole season. The whole season. Lost Jalen Brunson for 16 games. This player hurt. And he still won 51 games. Ain't too many coaches doing that. And ain't too many coaches going to get you to the Eastern Conference Finals in a situation like that. Tom Thibodeau did. Well, ain't nobody talking about Kenny Atkinson. Where he at? He won 61 games. Where's Kenny Atkinson at? That right now. Where's all these coaches who better than Tibbs right now? Where they at?
Cancun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dubai. They in Dubai.
Right, come on, man. He got our boy got a cusp for going to the NBA final. And if you know what, we had a good season. I thought Knicks would get to the Eastern Conference final. My prediction was at the beginning of the season, Knicks would win 55 games and then get to the Eastern Conference final. I knew this team just came together. They just assembled this thing. And you know what? They didn't let me down. I just wanted to go further. And
right, now that we here.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Now that we here, we like, oh man, we right here now. I want more. I want that. Oh, I can tell you. I can tell you it's right there. I want more. I want that now. I feel it. I want it too.
But you know that ever since Coach Hibb he started coaching, this has been the healthiest team. The healthiest team he has gone so far as of this year.
That.
This year, like there's no injury. We in the playoff. We in the conference Eastern of finals, and it's like, dude, you can't make the adjustment. You can't read the floor. You can't make plays. That's what everybody is going to start judging Coach Tibbs, because the only thing that you had going on for Tibbs is that pretty much some key player was always injured by the playoff time. This playoff time, nobody's injured.
I don't know. I think he's done good.
This is my point, though. I don't understand what you.
Yeah, I think he's done
they
good.
They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Nice. It's not like they got kicked out in the first round. What I'm trying to say is this here. Let me make this perfectly clear. Tyrese Halliburton was giving it to them last night. Turner was giving it to them last night. It was Siakam giving it to that person last night. Yeah. It was Ben Matthews giving it to that player last night.
Yeah.
Them dudes, there was day players busting our players' ass last night, ladies and gentlemen. That's facts. Tyrese Halliburton had a triple-double. On who?
And 0 turnovers.
Yeah, right. We had 17 turnovers. That's the players making them clumsy-ass plays and doing all of that, going hard. Listen, man, you only can give a game plan to so many people. You give a team a game plan, get out the way, go do your thing. But you got to respond to what the coach tell you to do. If Tibbs in the huddle and Tibbs said, I need you to blah, 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 if you don't execute blah, 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 because he told you to run this play, run this curl, do this pick, if you don't execute that play, that means you failed it. If Tibbs said, screen right, hook Jalen Brunson, blah, 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 and you go on that court and you don't execute that same thing he just asked you to do, you failed that play. You failed that play. If you shoot at the charity stripe, free money, you missed 2 free throws. You know what, Mr. He ain't miss them. I'm in the fucking game. The players got to make sense. Listen, if Anunoby went there with a couple of minutes left, he missed 2 crucial free throws. Damn it, but 4 if I'm not mistaken. 2 of them in a row. Jalen Brunson did something at a crucial time, a turnover. He had a crazy turnover. Like, Jalen Brunson, what the fuck you doing? You the captain. So I say all that to say that I understand Tibbs ain't perfect, but at the same thing, them players got to hold themselves accountable on the court too. Like I said, Halliburton was busting my man Mikal ass last night. He wasn't busting Tibbs' ass. Mikal, you got to handle your business. This dude giving you 30-something, and you missing shots on the most important time of the game. And I'm a Mikal fan. I'm a Knicks fan. But that shit's ridiculous, though. So you got to hold these dudes accountable, too, man. I say all that to say, but let me bring S. God in the building. I didn't mean to take up the show, but we just got to make sure that we're using all the variables. That's my whole point. Put all the variables in there. The reason why this may happen, the reason why Indiana had a 16-point win, there's a lot of reasons for that. Tibbs could be part of the blame, but at the same time, I guarantee you 80% of it is the players. Y'all the motherfuckers on the court playing. You can't let nobody cook you like that. It's crazy. That ain't the 90s Knicks. That ain't that. You ain't cooking me like that. I'm gonna throw an elbow upside your head or something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do something. I ain't gonna let you just go out there and cook me like that, because that's not New York Knicks basketball. We supposed to be gritty. We supposed to be hard. So you play hard. You play gritty. The other night, the game before that, they was playing hard, gritty. You know what I mean? Yo, PC Escott, what's good, my man? You see me rambling a little bit, man. But
what's good, brothers?
Energy, man.
Yeah.
I'm passionate, man. I need our guys.
Salute, Shaolin in the building, bro.
Yeah, salute.
Peace.
What's good?
What
What's
do you think
good?
about the team, man? I'm just hyped and energetic, man. You know, listen, when the team losing, it brings out some of the worst in us. But at the same time, I always try to make sure that we cross T's and dot I's and say it's a reason for everything. Our whole team, counting the coaches, had to be better last night. It's everybody to blame. Brunson, Thibodeau, Cat, all of them. Gotta be better. They gotta be better, man. All of them.
Yeah, I just think on offense, man. I don't see like Brunson and Cat pick and roll. They don't even run a pick and roll. How they don't do that on offense, bro? I don't get it. Those are two best offensive players. It's like this read and react BS that Tibbs is running is like, come on, bro. You got Brunson pounding the ball for like 18 seconds before they finally get a shot off. It's like, that's not gonna cut it, man. You got to go to pick and roll your two best players. That could open up the offense even more. Because then you have Halliburton on or Neesmith on Cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the problem with that is they're picking them up full court, though, man.
Yeah, they can pick them up full court, but you could get past that with a screen. You could get off a screen. You know, you got to screen them off early on, get them off. That's all you got to do. But the problem is Brunson be walking the ball up to. You know, he's not a point guard that runs the ball up, and that's part of our problem. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is like with Mitchell Robinson is like we're not even using him to his best ability with the lob. I mean, if we have a Chris Paul on our team, a Trae Young, I mean, like how you find Clint Capella, that's 18 points automatically. You throwing out the window. I mean, we don't have no guards that have a touch on their passes. All their passes get deflected. They don't know how to throw lob passes. None of that. That's part of the problem. That's why the offense is stagnant. You know, they got to get their skills up much better. How many times Josh Hart turned the ball over trying to do something to throw a pass to somebody down low open and he can't get the pass over there?
And I just want to say one thing. All power to you with what you just said, because at the beginning of the year, have you noticed that pick and roll with Brunson and Cat? Everybody was glorifying it, saying like, "Oh my God, this is what we're going to get with Brunson and Cat. This is going to be close to impossible to defeat." And all of a sudden, for some period of time, you stop seeing that happen.
I agree. It's a team on the other side of the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Also,
but remember one thing.
That's the thing.
But listen, with these problems have been like this all year. But I think for me, I think them things is something that can be done or shouldn't be done. Should be done. But at the same time, them same things been going to. It's been part of the team the whole year. I'm saying, like we, you know, these skill sets that we all talk about, I understand it very well. Like when we had RJ and all the dudes, Mitch Robinson would get that ball all day. But the thing is now that we are here where we are and we are who we are, we've been like this the whole year. I think we got to get back to what we do on the defense side of the New York Knicks. The whole year has been top 5 offense, top 3 for 3/4 of the year. The Knicks don't even have an offense problem. They didn't have an offense problem last night. They scored 121 points. They don't even have an offense problem. They scored 121 points last night, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't got no offense problem. They haven't had one all year. They've been top 5, top 3 the whole year. And the things that we can see they can do a little, of course. But last night you had nothing doing no offense. 17 turnover in your ass and play no defense. This is that's what we do. We lock motherfuckers up, lock them down, shut them down, and try to win the game with the closer. I agree with y'all with everything y'all saying about him, but to me it's relevant because he's in the Eastern Conference Finals and he's been doing this shit the whole year. But we here now. What can we do to win this game tomorrow? This is about the game to me.
All right.
What can we do?
Well,
Forrest, how would I say? Our defense the other night, ladies and gentlemen, was on it. That was New York City, gritty, committee, in your face. The same thing they doing to Jalen Brunson. We did last night. We was up on their players, in their face, bumping them like the way Nimrod, all them doing my man brothers. They sent 5 dudes at this dude every night, and they bumping the shit out of him. And you know what? And it's not, and he handling that shit though. Listen, we not losing. Mm-hmm. It's not like we getting blowed out these games. We losing every game by 1-2 points here and there. I think the Knicks is playing good basketball. I just think our defense got. If you want to win this shit, you got to play defense. I don't think it's too much other than that. Your defense win championship. You let them up score 130 3 times. They scored 130 in the playoffs on us. We lost every game. When they score under the 10 against us, we win every game. There you go right there. So what you want, the losing 130 or you want the winning under 100? You got to lock these motherfuckers down. That's what you got to do. Go in there to the guard them all, lock their ass down. Because not, they going to do what they did last night for the 130 on you. This shit is that simple to me. If it make a mislead, but last night we was making them. They was making them, but we wasn't stopping them motherfuckers. And they beat us, Shaw Powers. I think that's what all boys do, my man. That's the way it is. When our offense is legit. We got bucket getters over there. Anunoby had 20-something last night. Brunson had 20-something last night. Pat had 20-something last night. That wasn't a problem.
Yeah, we got bucket getters, but they just don't get buckets when it counts. That's the problem. Some of that is just garbage points at the end, bro. That's what I'm saying. When we need it in the first quarter, second quarter, these guys are missing shots wide open. That's another thing. They too many missed wide open shots, bro. You got to make them shots. You got to start making majority of them shots.
That was Mikal last night. That killed me. Him in that fourth quarter.
That was Mikal.
And even if you start looking at Mitchell Robinson, whenever he was on the floor, this is the only knock that I have on Mikal Bridges. Stop shooting and staying like this forever.
Admiring the shot,
bro. Yeah, just shoot and go down the paint to grab that rebound. If you started noticing with Mitchell Robinson, they had 3 defenders on him trying to keep him out of the paint.
Always. That ain't nothing new.
He's a low down there, bro.
And you see him, Mikal Bridges, wide open. There's nobody in his lane. He's like this. And he gets beat. He gets beat on offensive rebounds just because he's staying with a post. Bro, leave that post. And if you make it, you make it. If you don't make it, you don't make it. But at least by you running down the post, probably and most likely you will get that offensive rebounds. Stop doing that.
Stop posing.
Yeah, they mental fortitude.
Yeah. What's up with his fadeaway? He fades away on every single shot he puts up, even on like down underneath the basket, he'll fade away. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Go straight up. You're a long player. You're gonna get fouled. You got a smaller player on you. When you fade away, you just bailing the defense out.
Yeah,
and you're getting yourself out of rebounding position. That's why he don't get rebounds.
And also because he stays with that post for 3 or 5 seconds. It's like the defender, they grab the rebounds and he's still with the post. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then when did they start just letting these guys just like extend their arm out with an offensive foul, just like moving people out the way, man? I'm like, bro, those are offensive foul, clear offensive foul, bro. It's like they playing like 21, every man for themselves out there on the court, and they letting them play.
I mean, said 21. Wow,
yeah,
like Utah.
and they call the fouls on us though.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what, man? The thing we had, like I said, is to me, I told Shop how the other day, it's a type of foul they call them because, like I said, Knicks got to the 9. Knicks got to the 39 times last night. They got 32. It's just a type of foul they call it on these. I'm like, how you can't?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson getting mugged and shit, but y'all call ticky tack shit on us down on the other end.
And that's exactly where it happened. They get. I feel as my fandom. I mean. I don't want to say it's been the whole season, but just recently, in my fandom, the calls that we are getting some calls, but we are getting calls that you have to call. Like you didn't just see him just throw like he was coming off the top rope, like he was in WWE in Madison Square Garden, and he going like, you just oh, you had to call that one. It's a lot of pushing. These guys do a lot of pushing, a lot of grabbing. You know what I mean? If we were getting all the calls that I thought we would be getting, we'd be shooting like 64 shots a night. You know what I mean? It'd be like that because of that's just my fandom. But I don't want to blame it on the refereeing because it ain't the refereeing taking the shots. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the best thing that we have did was in the last couple of games shoot the free throws. The free throw percentage went up. You know what I mean?
We've hit on our 3 free throws, Shaw. We hit them.
Yeah,
we hit them last night. We hit them last night. And we hit them the night before we hit them.
Right. They went up. The last couple of games, they went up because we was about 78%, 79%. Last couple of games was like 85%. You know what I mean? 84. And so we've been better. You know what I mean? And we just not hitting shots. You know what I mean? We're shooting shots, but I mean, I can't say we're not hitting momentum shots. Momentum shots change the rhythm of the game. When you hit a momentum shot, it takes the gas out of something like that. It quiets the crowd and stuff like that. And just this game, we wasn't able to do that. Last game that we played there, we did that. You know what I mean? We took the momentum out of them. We quieted the crowd. You start hearing the Knicks fan over there in Indiana. You know what I mean? We didn't do that last game. Last game, they was real rowdy, real loud. They stayed energetic. They gave momentum to their team, and the team performed for them. So that's about one of the bottom line.
Yeah, I think last night, I'm going to show you these stats right quick as well. But that's what happened to Mikal, not to pinpoint Mikal, but his timely shots last night, he missed. This day was timely. He missed timely last night. He missed 4, and that's what I was saying. Even though, listen, believe it or not, you know why Knicks had 17 assists? Jalen Brunson could have had 17 assists last night, but they was missing shots. Like Jalen Brunson on that boy 4 times, he missed them shit, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point. That's the shit I'll be trying to point out. Certain things that even though when Jalen Brunson pound that ball sometimes, but he is passing it. And when he passed it to Mikal and them, when he passed it to Josh Hart and them, y'all gotta make them shots, bro. You gotta make it's a miss and make league. Miss and make. You miss it, you make them, you win, you miss it, you lose. And the Knicks last night, you cannot miss 4 almost 3-pointers and Halliburton give you 30-something on the other side.
Yeah, and we beating ourselves with these turnovers. These are what you call turnovers that we're committing ourselves, man. It's just bad turnovers, man.
There you go. 7. I mean, we had 17 of them. As God, and I was
unforced.
saying, think about and 9 of them turnovers could have easily been 18 points. You know, points over turnover. Even if they got 10 points over turnover, we lost by 9. You would have got that down to 13 turnovers. Even though 4 turnovers over our average.
Facts.
Them 4 turnovers still could be 8 to 12 points, like Shop Power said.
Right. Right. 4 turnovers, the most 12.
Can somebody explain to me the type of defense that Jalen Brunson plays out there when he just flashes? It's like, bro, every time you flash, you're picking off your own man to play defense, and then you're leaving the guy wide open. And who are you running back to? Who are you running back to defend? Nobody. It's like, stop with that nonsense, bro. Switch off and just play the man, and that's it. Pick him up and stay on him. Yeah, that been our Achilles heel the whole year. We weak at the back end and the front end. Our anchor on defense is weak, and our point of attack. The whole year we've been like that. Jalen Brunson at the point of attack, they dog him. They get Cat in the back alley. They get him because our most 2 important positions is the weakest ones when it comes to defense, which is our point guard at the point of attack, and obviously our Cat at the back. So that's been a problem the whole year. See them. That's why I say sometimes. Of course.
Sometimes we got to get Ted Flowers. He work with what you got, but we'll get Ted the defense by the coach. He wish he'd have had Mitchell Robinson at the beginning of the year on his team. He probably wish he started the whole year with that man. The defense would have been better. You know what I mean? It would have been better.
It definitely would have been better if it would have been him and Precious starting. You know what I mean? Or if they would have had or if it would have probably even been a little bit better if Precious and Shamuth would have been healthy. Yeah, I mean, let's not just say Mitch was out. And we still weathered the storm, you know what I mean? We still Precious was out 21 games, even though he's not getting no burn right now. But we all know this coming down the pike that Precious this may be his last little stint with New York right now. It looks that way. It don't look like they're playing him right now. So he may be one of those candidates to be, you know what I mean, up on the prices, right? So let's see what happens. And I mean, the first thing I don't even want to talk about what's going to go on in the off season. let's finish this season out. Let's finish this season out. Like Devon said, let's talk
You might
about
not have that much
how we're going to
longer.
win this game tomorrow and what we need to do to win the game. Because right now, we're going to have a whole lot to talk about in the off season. You know what I mean? But let's see if we can. The best thing about this thing that's about to happen to us, you know what I mean? We haven't had is Cinderella right now. We haven't had a team do this since 91. You know what I mean? I was like 10 going on 11 in 91. You know what I mean? I mean, 81, excuse me. In 81, I was like 10 going on 11. You know what I mean? That was the Boston against 76ers. You know what I mean? I was like 10 going on 11. So I'm saying, let's make some Cinderella. Let's bring up 40 years of something that hasn't happened. A team to come back from a 3-1 deficit. We got 2 games at home. It's not like we got to play 2 more games in the end. We got 2 games at home. We got a game tomorrow that we got to win. Let's see how we can win tomorrow.
But two things that's killing us is the bench points and the fast break. They plus in both those categories. We can't get over that.
The bench been killing us all year long.
I know.
all year long. You know what I mean? Especially and when we do get the glimpse of the bench now, we don't. We had a nice little run with Shaman. We had a nice little run with DeLon, and we chose. Well, Tibbs chose, or whoever chose, and it's rightfully so, because Payne is a veteran. He's been there. He's been doing the thing. Some games he's off, some games he's not. And everybody talks about his shot, but that is his shot. If you ever watch his shot, he always shoots those same shots. They look clunky. They look. If he hit 4 out of 5, you love him. If he 1 out of 7, you hate him. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm glad that Tibbs made that trade. I mean that change. You know what I mean? With bringing in Shaman and adding DeLon, right? You know what I mean? And they help. And like I said, I wish they could have been in that third quarter. You know what I mean? That would have helped. That would have helped a lot. But you know what I mean?
Yep.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Let's hope that tomorrow's game that they get a little bit more time on the court. Let's hope that they get in there and they can score a couple more baskets because they backs up against the wall. Let's make this another stretch that we can really get out here and really make us feel like we would want to win another game. You know what I mean? So we can give us some ammo to go back to Indiana and win in Indiana again. Let's get that.
Well, first,
you guys know how many threes Cat took on the fourth quarter yesterday?
I didn't see it.
I'm not sure. Probably
0.
3, 2,
0.
9. I've been talking about him. I've been talking about to get up about 8 to 11 shots. 11
and do I need to remind you what happened in game 3, fourth quarter? Karl Anthony Town threes. That's what also got us in the game. Because he started hitting those 3 like, hey, like there's no way we're going to be going down 3-zip. I'm going to make this 3 and we're going to make this challenge. And this is the thing. If he's our best 3-point shooter, who's the captain? Who's the coach?
Last night, Indiana took that away last night. They made that a game. They made that their priority in that game last night. And they took that away last night. I'm just saying that's what Rick Carlisle talked about that. He's like, Siakam talked about it. He said, listen, we got to make Cat not get that 3-point up. They took that away last night.
But at the same time, you have a Captain Clutch and you have Coach Thibodeau. That's the main reason Coach Thibodeau, he needs to start making plays. This is how we're going to play. Listen to this, Divine. This is how we're going to play. If they guard you here, you're going to go there. You're going to have a 1 second, probably 1 second. That's all you need. And that's the thing with Coach Thibodeau. We do not see these plays being made.
But I'm saying that I don't understand how you can't make that adjustment that fast in the game when the game is going on.
Well, Rick be doing
it. And not to cut you off, Divine, and to get to your point too. The plays that you say that aren't being made could be made, and we don't know what the plays are being made. Who knows what Tom Thibodeau tells them? It's not Tom Thibodeau could tell you to do it. Right, Tom Thibodeau could tell you to do a play, but if you don't go do the play, you know what I mean.
Or the defense might take it away. Because you put out a game plan, don't mean that it's going to be executed. That's what I'm trying to say. With I'm not trying to argue your point. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to let you know the reason why I call every time that. But here's the thing: just like you make a call, the other team coach makes an adjustment. You can call any play, but you got to also remember that there's another coach over there who's going to make his adjustments. and say, if they do this, you do that. If he throw pick and roll, you go under or you go over or you do whatever. Or the guy from the wing come over here or this guy come up the middle. I get that he's calling plays, but still he can call all the plays he wants. Them dudes got to execute them plays. Point. They got to execute the plays that Tibbs called.
Divine. But the only rebuttal I have with that is that I truly do not see it, because I'm just going to say this. Neon Smith, it was either in game 1 or game 2. It doesn't even matter because we still lost. One of those 2 games, Nee Smith, he was hot.
Okay.
In the Pacers, let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
And they found him on screens all day long.
This is what I'm talking about.
Every play was a screen. It was not. That's what he's talking about. We got to do screens. We have to do screens to get Cat open.
We don't do it. We don't do it.
They got to get through them screens, though. That's the difference in Nate Smith. And see, this is my whole point. Listen, I get that part. I get that part. But what I'm saying,
I still didn't even finish. I still didn't even finish.
Through the screen. Look at Nimrod doing the Brunson.
But let me cook, Divine.
Go ahead.
If you look at Pacers, I'm just talking about the way that they play. Neon Smith hit 1 out of 3s. Oh, all right. Let's keep feeding him. Oh, he hit twice. Let's keep feeding him. He hit 3 times. Let's keep feeding him. You know what the Knicks does? Cat be having a groove. OG has a groove. It doesn't even matter if Mikal Bridges has a groove. Somebody else is trying to disrupt that momentum, saying like, I'm going to play hero ball. I got it too. Why? I
don't understand the point with the Naismith part, though, because to me, in the school,
he's just saying when he's hot, they keep finding them like
they
this.
Keep
we
finding
gotta keep doing it.
And look at Neil Smith.
I understand what I'm saying. I agree with that. But I'm saying though, where is his man? You let your man cook you.
They're not fighting over the screen. That's the big difference. They're not fighting over the screen.
But let me ask you a question: who's not fighting over the screen?
The Knicks players are not. The Knicks players are not fighting over the screen. They just hide behind the screen. They just stop playing. They stop playing basketball.
You know what? That's what my whole point. Then you know what? That player should be held accountable for that.
But he doesn't. But he don't pull him out.
But
he doesn't.
For who?
You got to bring somebody off the bench. You just can't let the guy just do whatever he wants to do.
No, what you got to do is call timeout. And because the guys you might be bringing on the bench might not be productive enough to handle what they need them to handle. Like you can't switch Jalen Brunson out for any one of them dudes on the bench in crunch time when this man is the one who's gonna get you money. Them players on that bench ain't getting you no money. That's why they on the fucking bench 30th in the league. Hold up. They 30th in the league in scoring this year. I've been worst bench in the league. So why would you take Jalen Brunson out, who in them clutch situations is going to be the one that gets you your money compared to them motherfuckers who the reason why they on the bench?
And guess what? And that's why you're going to get the same results and you're going to keep getting the same results.
I don't have a problem with it. The New York Knicks is in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's cool.
So this is the best we could do.
Hold up. They've been doing it all year. They got 51-31. They beat Detroit. They beat Boston. And they play in Indiana. And even though they make any mistake, they made them before. But what can you do? Tibbs done. This ain't the first time Tibbs didn't make a good adjustment with a player, or he didn't. He's been doing this shit his whole career. I say he sucked the whole career. Nobody likes Tibbs. He can't coach. He sucks. But what I'm saying is, at this present time, because of one game last night, we can't throw the man. We can't throw.
No. Game 1, game 2, and last night. So it's 3 games. And the only thing, just listen to this, Divine. And this is the only thing. The only thing I'm going to say. How many possession Nee Smith he had in that game that he was hot? Oh, somebody's defending me. He's so tight. He passed the ball. Where is that ball going back to? Neon Smith. Okay, second possession. But let me say this. It came up to 3 times. 3 times they kept on passing the ball, and they kept on passing it to Nee Smith. Nobody's playing hero ball in that end. They wanted Nee Smith to keep on cooking.
And that's fine. But I think all I'm trying to get to is this here. Naismith did what Malik Beasley did in the first round series. Just fucking went crazy in that one period of time. Our perimeter defense has been bad all year long. We got the worst 3-point defense in the league probably this year from on the 3-point area percentage wise. That's been our Achilles heel the whole year. The whole year we've been 30th in the league in 3-point point or worse in 3-point defense. So that we like beating dead horse here because shit been happening all year long. This ain't new. With Naismith, I seen a lot of this do it to the Knicks this year because our defense on a 3-point line this year sucked it.
Yeah.
It did the whole year. Our bench. We had the worst bench scoring, 30th in the league. We had the worst bench defense from the 3-point line, with team defense, I'm going to say, overall behind the 3-point line the whole year. What's going to change in the playoff? You can't teach an old dog new trick. That shit going to happen sometime because it sucked all year anyway. So you got to live and die with that shit. But what can you do to combat that? Now, the Naismith thing, like I said, somebody should have hit with an elbow or something. Or
walk him up. Shook him up a little bit.
Motherfucker, they should have checked at him.
Shook him up a little bit.
You should have checked at him when he thought, bang, now it don't got to be dirty, but put a body on it because they putting a body on you on the other side. They putting bodies on Brunson left and right. Bang, 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 bang. Naismith, Nembhard, Halliburton, McConnell, Mathurin. They throwing bodies at Jalen Brunson all night long. And there's nobody on that Knicks team who can handle that. Nobody.
And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. We need a secondary. We need a secondary ball handler, a strong point guard ball handler. We don't have that on the team. Only Brunson. So they're going to in the offseason. That's what you have to do in the offseason. So, but we ain't talking about the offseason. But we just got to talk about what we got now. But we don't have that secondary strong ball handler.
We do not.
The team.
We don't have a small forward in the second unit either. I mean, we don't have a
sniper like Beasley. We need a Beasley. We need a sniper like Beasley. We need a sniper
like a small Right. We haven't had that all year long. We ain't had that.
And that's the thing. That's the variable that I be trying to weigh and judge right there. You have to weigh everything in totality because it's a reason why this might not go that way. To me, it's a reason why this might happen because we don't got this. So now, if you look at campaign in this whole playoff, stunk up the fucking joint.
Mm-hmm.
But so even the only knock I said after that, Detroit see that like Tibbs, you should play Dillon Wright after that. He ain't got it. Campaign ain't got to sit him down. But Tibbs is loyal this month. He is loyal to his players. He is loyal to them dudes, man. And that's why they like him. But I thought that was the biggest factor to me. But still, even in all that, they beat Boston. New York Knicks been cooking this year without a bench, ladies and gentlemen. Without a bench. It's the whole year.
That's our Achilles heel. We know that's our Achilles heel.
Yeah, and that's why I got to get on credit because sometimes you only can work with what you got. And I don't get me wrong. Could he play Tyler Coley? Could he play Pat Daddy ate him all season long? Yeah, he probably could have. But at the same time, you at the same time, you might not have won as many games you weren't playing them neither.
And the thing about it, the Pacers and OKC, these are the wrong teams to go up against because they got depth. They got depth, and that's what the problem. They got depth.
But even last year, we started thinking that we only had the starters. Then starters started going down, and the bench was doing their thing. Because remember, Mitchell Robinson, he was playing pretty much all the minutes before Isaiah Hartenstein. And once Mitchell Robinson got down, that's when they started playing Isaiah Hartenstein.
It's still a different bench. Totally different bench.
No. It's
Mm-hmm.
different. But my point is that we had a whole year for you to actually get us ready. This is not only about the starters. This is also about the bench. The only reason that the starters didn't play last year, you know why? Is because they got injured.
Right.
And regardless, we took them to game 7 with a bench.
With no bench.
With a bench because Diva was a bench. He wasn't no starter. He was a bench.
I guess I was talking about the last game. I got injured. I was talking about
Randall, he was hurt. It was like pretty much we had our whole squad of the starters.
To me, that team last year was deeper though.
We were way deeper than we were this year.
No. We started thinking that because what we saw at the end, but we were like, come on, we talking about cold shape. Do we think that he's going to be playing Devo or anybody before Randall? No, Randall, keep cooking. No, and they got hurt. Now he has no option. Hey, we're going to start playing Devo. But Devo he signed that contract because he started saying, oh, they're going to give me the opportunity here. Like I already made a name for myself over here.
But we understand that part. But I'm saying the team still was deeper than this team this year. That team that was deeper than this team. Way deeper.
Way deeper.
But we started acknowledging. Yeah, but we started acknowledging that when bodies started going down.
You can't say that. You can say that.
Wait, Devo, Divine. Devo, he didn't start playing a great amount of minutes until people started getting down.
I think you missed. No. He took Grimes' spot. Didn't he take Grimes' spot? He took Grimes' spot. Grimes was healthy.
I'm not saying it's not about. What I'm saying is I knew Devo was good. They had a deep bench last year. Knicks had this bench last year. Knicks had last year compared to this one.
Yeah.
Debo was on the bench last year.
Yeah,
so on the bench last year.
Yeah.
Hardstyle was on the bench last year. Deuce and Brian was on the bench last year.
The bench became the starters in the playoffs, right?
Was on the bench last year. This team was loaded last year. That's why
we were deep. We were deep.
They would have not.
It was just injuries. Because if we'd have ran it back to the same team, I think we'd have made some more noise this year.
That team was deep, bro. At the beginning of the season, that's why I haven't gone to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm like, that team is loaded over there. And then when they had that Grimes trade, I was like, okay, they got my boy BB over here. I'm like, it's a wrap. I kid you not, bro. Knicks should have been deep last year.
And DiVincenzo hit like 283 pointers last year. 283 pointers, bro.
We missed his accelerating shot. That 11 3-pointers he shoot.
Yeah, that was a loaded team.
We missed that a lot in our starting lineup this year.
We missing that this year though.
And someone to help Brunson out.
So I have a question for you, for all you guys. I don't have a problem with OG because I feel like OG, he be cooking on either or. It could be offensive if he has it going, or it could be defensive once he has it going. But what do you guys think is going to happen to Mikal Bridges?
His contract? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's gonna be here in our trade or whatever.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna. I don't think he's going nowhere. I don't think. Well, that's something to talk about in the offseason. I was about to go to. Who knows what's going to happen? Right now, I don't think he's going anywhere.
I tell you what,
but
I tell you this right here, and I'm gonna let S guy get in. Remember, he's due for an extension.
Yeah, and ain't cheap.
And him and Mitchell Robinson. I'm just saying this, ladies. Just not saying we traded Mitchell Robinson. I'm just using him because I know his contract is expiring. That's why I'm using him. But don't get me wrong. Mikal Bridges sign a trade with a Mitchell Robinson. Somebody else can get you a Giannis or a KD or somebody. It can get you them. It can get you them. It definitely can get you them. I don't think this shit is even done. And if somebody told me Giannis was coming over here or KD for Mikal Bridges and Mitchell, y'all better tell me to call me up. I'm letting y'all know I took him to the airport.
I'm cooking.
But I think Mitchell's is a player option. I don't think it's the Knicks. I think it's his option. So he has the upper hand. I think he can do it. I think he has the player's option. That's so if he opts out, then the Knicks can't do nothing.
But he in his fourth year of his contract, right?
But I think that that fourth year, something like he has an option, so he can opt out, and that's what they've been talking about.
Oh,
I think he can opt out. I think he can opt out.
I think Knicks probably sign be healthy.
He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid somewhere, man. Because the guys know about him. They know him. They know him.
And that's what's crazy, man. It's this team. I think we 1 year away. I really do. That's why I'm not sweating right now. We 1 year away. We just got to up that.
Yeah, we just need two. We got all these young boys on the bench, and we only gonna need maybe one or two young veterans, if you want to say that, a sharpshooter in that backcourt, and someone to help Brunson in the front court like Devo did last year. Devo was a big help to Brunson in that front court last year because he was a threat.
Get him back.
Threat shooting, right? He was a threat shooting. You know what I mean? He was a threat shooting, and he kept a lot of pressure off of Brunson getting double and triple team because you could do that now because Josh Hart is out there a little bit more. They used it a little different
be in the starting lineup, right? Right.
Y'all take a shot on the break.
I think Beasley would be nice, bro.
I would think
Beasley would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, if he becomes available, you know what I mean, with a good contract to put him in that second unit, of course. Him in the second unit, that's what we need. I mean, he ain't the best 3-point shooter, but he's athletic and he's a fire starter. He plays some good defense too.
Yeah, his wing defense is special. I could see him and Anunoby him up and lock some of us up though.
You know my way of thinking. If you can't beat him, join him. We need to try to see that whenever Neesmith contract goes up, bring that sucker over here because he
ain't going nowhere.
But what I'm saying with him is that he be locking in with whatever offensive player that you have to guard, and let's say you need a player like him, man. That's another 3-and-wing player that you could just tell.
But we got to think about the second apron. There's a lot of teams gonna have to make some decisions, so we can't. Everybody not gonna be able to hold on to these guys. Like the Pacers are about to go over the luxury tax because they got to bring Miles Turner back. So that's another thing. Once they bring Turner back, and then they're gonna probably have to let the other guy goes in another year too.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of wheeling and dealing this summer because of this apron. That's why we're gonna relinquish some players, and I don't want to talk about it too early who I think might go, but. Anyway, with that being said, too, what time is it?
9.
I'm about to get ready to go. You call it divine.
Yeah. We got a few, but yeah, man. Listen. Tomorrow we just got to go get it tomorrow, man.
What time is it? 1:30.
Basic 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We need to win Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the call out to. This is a fan of me now. I believe the Knicks go in the game. I think they're going to Indiana. Knicks go in there tomorrow. Cross T's, dot I's. Play. We'll talk about it on the pregame show. Just play some defense tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We got offense. We got bucket getters, man. We ain't worried about that shit over there. Play some motherfucking defense. You play some defense. This shit'll be different. Right. Bully ball down the lane. Put them in foul trouble. Keep hitting them. Keep punching these dudes, man. Like you've been doing. That game the other night, they was bully balling the shit out of Indiana. Wow! And look what happened. 100 to 106. Cat going down the alley, digging in the team trash, just bucket getting on them. Go down there, take that ball down the hole and hammer these motherfuckers, man, because they ain't that physical. Siakam ain't physical like that. And, Turner ain't physical like that. Them dudes ain't physical like that. Y'all got to go down there and go down that hole and punch these dudes and make them go to the foul line. Get yourself at the charity stripe tomorrow. We'll talk about it and take it from there. But Knicks got to win it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't ready to get off the podcast yet. I ain't ready to get out. We got another round to go through. But you know what? You never know, man. I think one game at a time. Just like they beat us 3-1, shit, we could beat them 3-0. You just got to play your A game every fucking night, though. And Tibbs got to coach his A game every night. Brunson got to be on his A game. Cat got to be on his A game. All these players, all the way down to the fucking concession stand tomorrow night, got to be on their A game. They got to go ahead and beat these boys tomorrow, man. This is real talk right here, man. We waited for this shit here. We here. Listen, the Knicks lose tomorrow. I'm going to be hurt, but a good season. Could have been better, but I'm going to take it because we got a step further than we were last year. But I'm expecting after we beat Boston, I was expecting Knicks to get to the finals. So I will be a little disappointed because when we beat Boston, I'm like, we should be going to the finals.
Yeah.
That was my take. Even though I had them in the Eastern Conference final, but once we beat Boston, I'm like, we should beat anybody in this motherfucker. So that's why I'm a little disappointed where we at now is because whether we overlooked them because we beat Boston, we thought we was on our almighty shit, and the Pacers brought us down to earth. And that's where I'm at with that. But listen, man, we see how it goes tomorrow, man. Yeah, y'all give me y'all last words, Ezra. I appreciate you coming in tonight, and we get out of here in a few minutes. But yeah, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Knicks got a show tomorrow night, man. The celebrities will be in the house. The old Knicks players will be in the house. Everybody be outside, man. The Knicks players got to come to play tomorrow in front of the home crowd and protect this home court. We need to go back to Indianapolis for Game 6. Let's go out there and do it tomorrow, man. We're going to need everybody, all hands on deck. The bench players got to come in and contribute, got to make these shots and score some points and be productive. You know what I'm saying? Rebounding is going to be a big issue tomorrow. Let's get the rebounding and also limit the turnovers. Please limit the turnovers and make some more shots, and that's all. And we'll win that game tomorrow.
Facts. Nice. Go ahead, my brother.
Man, a quick shout out to all you guys, but one of my main shout out is going to be on these players: Mikal Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa, Cameron Payne, Dylan Wright, and Shaman, because they're in the contract. They better be playing on 120%, 130%, because guess what? Next year, you guys are up to contracts. And in other words, it's like what you did in the last season to equate what we about to pay you. So if you want to make a case for yourself, you better play 140% tomorrow. Ain't no games. It's about your money. It's about your money. Like Mitchell Robinson, if this was the best you gave us, now we asking that you go even above that because it's about your money. And I'll just leave it at that. And major salute to you guys, Divine, Cha, my boy, and everybody in the chat.
Yeah, nice. Thank you for coming in, man. All that wise words. My man, Scott, man, appreciate you. The door's open for y'all anytime, man. You might get me on a Yancey night, a crazy night. You might get me on a low peak valleys with me, my brother. You know what I mean? Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm just laying in camp, man. That's all. You know, it's your feelings and emotions, but they're all directed for the right way, not the wrong way. Everything's positive up in here. All opinions matter, all facts matter, everything. All the variables matter. You name it, we do it, man. But it's all good, man. We're going to get this thing tomorrow, man. I'm confident in this team, man. Like I said, I pick them 82 games a year because I think if they bring their A game, they can win 82 games a year. But they don't bring their A game to get their ass kicked. You know, that's plain and simple. You bring your A game, you got a chance to beat anybody. You don't bring your A game, you might get that ass kicked. And that's what happened last night. They didn't bring that A game, they got smoked. They didn't bring their A game on defense. They got smoked. I'm looking for them to bring their A game tomorrow. Now I'm looking for Tibbs to make sure you play dealing right and my man Shaman more minutes. You need them dudes. Them dudes is knockdown shooters. One of them, they two good defenders. I think if they would have put them in the third quarter last night, this thing would have been different last night. I really thought if he would have played right in the man give me 5 more minutes. I get why he didn't do it, but he should have did it anyway because the defense was gone in the whole game. He just said we want bucket getters. He said, I'm going to play a bucket getter game, not a defense game because we gave up 43 in the first quarter. And then I just Tibbs say, fuck, whatever. I'm going to play shooters. That's a bad mistake last night, though, Tibbs. I think you should have played Dylan Wright and my man Chairman a little bit more. I think that game could have went different a little bit last night. Jalen Brunson got to be better. Cat got to be better. Shot power. You know, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But everybody got to be better, man. This is our season's on the line. This is really winner go home for us. You know what I mean? Winner going to Cancun and shit. You know, so we winner going to Cancun like everybody else. You know what I mean? Just 26 other teams beat us there first. But we know we don't want to be that 27 team. So we hopefully we get this thing done tomorrow, man, and play another day. Shot powers. Then we live to talk about it, man. But give me your last words, my brother.
Ain't nothing. S. Dot, thank you for coming on. Nice. Thank you for coming on. Divine, salute you as always, my brother. Salute to the family in the chat. Tomorrow the pregame show 7. We'll be on at 7:00. Come check us out. Run them up with them thumbs up. And thank you guys once again. Like Divine said, come through. You know what I mean? Come through. You know what I mean? The door's usually open. You know what I mean? Pretty open. So come through. Come salute with. And S. Dot. What part of Charlotte you at? What part?
Killer Hill, bro. You know,
I
Killer Hill.
know you from the Hill. I know you from. Anyway, I got some things to talk to you because I'm in the West now, but I'm from Brooklyn. But I'm from the state. I'm from the town, and I'm making some tea. I'm bringing some shirts. I'm gonna be coming anyway. Boom! I do it like that.
All right, I'm probably get you on Twitter, man. I'll get your Twitter and stuff.
All right, that's what it is. I'm on all Twitter, IGs. Hit me up.
Okay, bro, I definitely will.
Same tag, all right?
Listen, everybody in the chat, salute to the chat. Everybody, thank y'all for coming in, man. Real talk, y'all know how we get down, man. Listen, man, we got to go ahead and get it done tomorrow. You know, we'll be playing with our food tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We got to go in there and cook, get it done. You just build and destroy tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Add and multiply, subtract and divide, man. Get the shit up out of here tomorrow, man. Real talk. We got to go ahead and give it to these boys. Get back to Indiana, and anything can happen after that. Anything can happen. We get that game tomorrow. We can go to Indiana and get another if we had to. If we don't, like I said, we'd be in Cancun too. Ain't no big deal. It is what it is.
Hey, Ball said it's there.
Say it again.
Ball said it's there. So
they there, right? They there.
Going after there.
Going after them, motherfuckers, yo. That's why I'm mad. I'm disappointed, but I ain't disappointed because we beat them, motherfuckers. We beat them. You know what I mean? I would have loved to beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals, boy. I tell you, to get to where we to beat them and get to the finals, us at OKC, it ain't over yet though. It ain't over yet. Still might be Knicks and OKC. Them dudes beat us 2 in a row or 3 out of 1. If they could beat us, we could beat them too. So let's go ahead tomorrow, get one game at a time. So let's
remember Minnesota's in the same boat as us. So
right now, I'm about to go watch it right this second. I think they play tonight.
But the difference they on the road. We gonna be at home.
That's the difference. And we got 2 games at home. If we, you know what I mean, we can have 2 games at home. That makes a difference. We win this one. And that makes it a more. It makes it Cinderella. Like I said earlier, it makes it Cinderella to win the game at home and then go win another one and then come back home. And then we had the chance to be something that hasn't been done in 40-something years since 1981. Cinderella right there going to the finals. Man, come on, let's bring that. That made it sound even better. Like I'm glad we lost last game. Let's win the next 3.
Let's make history.
We win tomorrow. Real talk. The Indiana go back to Indiana with pressure on them. See what I mean?
Yeah.
If we win that moment tomorrow, Indiana go back there with all the pressure on them. And let's see if pressure busts pipes and make diamonds. But I think this
one
time,
or the other.
One or the other. I think Knicks win at home, though. I think we're going to be making some diamonds in Indiana side. I'm going to leave it at that because I think I believe in these boys. They got to put this shit together, though, for 48 minutes and quit playing. You know what I mean? Just put it together, man. And go hard. Tiz, make the right calls, right adjustments. Mama, everybody, just do your job, man. We got a good team down here. They won 51 games for a reason, despite missing Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Roberts for 3/4 of the season. They still up in this motherfucker, yo. It's 30 teams in the league. We want to be one of the last four standing. That's, to me, it's 26 other teams. It was where we was at. It's 2016 in the NBA.
Was better.
right. And you know what? But we want to be better than this. We want to be the last two. Yeah. I think Cat and Mitchell Roberts can mess with Holmgren and Hartenstein. I think Big Cat and Mitchell Robinson can fuck with Holmgren and Hartenstein, no problem. No, and I think Jalen Brunson and SGA can get it. I think Anunoby and Williams can get it. I ain't scared of OKC. I wish we could get past these motherfuckers. I think we can give it to them too if they bring their A game. I think Knicks bring their A game, they will fuck with anybody if they bring their A game.
Divine. And one thing on top of what you just said, once we beat Pacers, because I'm still optimistic. Once we beat Pacers, everything after that is a plus.
Gravy.
That's it.
Gravy. Yeah.
That's it. I don't care whatever happens in the finals. I'm done. Like, hey, this is a long stretch that we have successfully done for the past 50 years for us to be in the final.
All it's Cinderella, baby. It's all Cinderella after. If we can get past here, it's Cinderella because then we go up against OKC and they just Cinderella. They want to know why? Because they beat us this year. All the teams that beat us this year in the regular season is not here with us no more. They're not ready. They're in Dubai, Cancun, Kuwait. I don't know where they at right now, but they ain't here. So let's see, it's Cinderella right now. I'm about to go eat some burgers, man. It's National Hamburger Day today. Go get a hamburger. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Peace. Yeah, listen, man. I'll see you tomorrow, my man. 7 o'clock. We'll be in the building.
You're ready.
Yeah, brother, any words y'all want to say before we get out? The floor is yours. Y'all welcome and everything like that.
Click out.
Yes, sir. I'll be streaming the Knicks game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, man. So I'll be on my podcast, the Man Cave podcast. Make sure you check it out, bro.
What 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock. Yep.
I'll be up in that joint, man. I'll never come and holler at you while I'm watching the game for sure, my brother. I'm glad.
All right, bro.
Man Cave, my man, appreciate you. Yo, salute the Man Cave, my man, nice. Shaw Power, everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming in, man. We see y'all. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's get this thing tomorrow and get on the Man Cave podcast and get it live so we can get it popping, man. And he can wheel us way through there. We're gonna wheel ourselves through this victory tomorrow, man. We got to get this.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Peace, everybody. Thank y'all for coming in, brothers. Real talk.
All right, peace.
Peace.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with touching on facts. And plus we up in these hats. It's Knicks real talk and we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Knick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars we see all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes. Putting on the clinic, the Cap Lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Knicks real talk and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. It's Knicks real talk and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride.